Hey everyone, what's up? Today I'm doing this little test playthrough of my game. I've been working on it pretty consistently for the last 2 weeks, but there's still a lot that I need to finish, that I need to go through in order to have a finished product. A lot of things that I've learned as I've gone through this game is, well, just the structure of the game. I didn't really have that in mind when I initially started. But my idea is that you kind of both experience these real life things and you have a sort of inner voice that adds commentary to things. So, for example, you'll see in the game there's a part where you go into the bedroom of the inn that you stay at and you kind of have a little internal monologue. So that I want to have that element of my game have there a little be a little bit more personalized experience and that it's more about the internal self-reflection kind of thing. Um, but there's also going to be a sort of parallel element, which is more a gamified kind of experience. You can kind of think of this like Omori, where you have your experiences that happen in the real world, and then when you go into your dream, it's all kind of just fictional, um, with things kind of based on the real world. So I'm also getting inspiration from other games like Enroll, Undertale, um, Earthbound, and maybe even a little bit of inspiration from One Piece. But I'm trying to be as original as I can and unique as I can with still using the default tile sets because I don't really want to make it too unique, you know. I want to still keep it kind of simple and basic in terms of the sprites. Although you will see that I added some original music and sound effects for the menus. Probably add some more of them just to kind of make it more personalized as a game, but still keeping with the default tile sets to not make it, too much work. That way I can still try to have something pretty finished by the end of the month. So anyway, I'm loading up the game now. There's So one thing that you'll learn about me is that whenever I do creative projects like music or games, to me it's an expressive medium. And so what I mean by that is I like to use it as a way to express a feeling or an emotion or an idea, something a little bit more personal than just, maybe an interesting game, you go fight monsters and stuff. I think it would be fun to still make games like that. Um, but I like to use these creative mediums as a form of expression. That's why in my songs, even though I don't have the lyrics, there's still a lot of personalized elements in there, which if you know me close enough, you might be able to recognize. But anyway, we've had this original song now. That's pretty important to me. It's just a default background on top of it. So I'm gonna go to new game. I'll just let you guys watch this. My cursor. Let's actually go full screen. Dear person, it's been a while since we last talked. I hope you're doing alright. I know that things between us didn't end so well, but I just want you to know that I haven't forgotten about the things we did together. Add a little press to continue. This actually was kind of difficult to make. I had to create, the image and everything, and then get it to sync up, the image to appear at the same time that the little scrolling finishes, and it took a little bit, but it's really fun. Who are you? Can you choose to either be a boy or a girl? Here you can hear that sound that I added. You want to be a boy or a girl, which it doesn't change anything about how the game interacts with you for now. There is some element of the game that you might catch on later on in the game that I want to have change depending whether you choose a boy or a girl. But for the most part, this is more about just a personalized experience. Which actually, when I think about it, I don't see games like Undertale, Earthbound, um, or Enroll give you the ability to Original Mori give you the ability to pick a gender. So I think it's a little interesting. As I was making the game, I realized that a lot of my dialogue was kind of focused more toward boys. Like, for example, an NPC would be like, "Hey there, son, what are you doing there?" And I thought, I don't really want there to be a gender. in general, but that I thought maybe it'd be interesting to figure out how to give this ability to have your own kind of character customization at the start, but also think about how that could play with the rest of the game and maybe give a more personalized experience for the player. So I'm gonna go based off myself. I'm a boy. You pick boy. Are you sure? You pick no. It'll just take you back here. Of course. Yes. And then you get a little name creation menu. So I'm gonna pick a name real quick. I'll just name him. What's a name I could pick? I'll just go with the name you guys know me as. Where is it? Big Mints. Classic name. Okay. Nice to meet you, Big Mints. Right now in the game, there's no other moments where they refer to your name, but I do want there to be some moments later on in the game. You're just a kid. You can't do anything. The whole world has already been explored, and every business is so big that you'll never compete. I need to change that. Spelling mistakes is my most common problem that I have. You're too late to succeed. Actually, you're not even a kid anymore. You're a young adult, and there's no point in hiding it. You gotta go to work, make money, come home, and do it all over again. What's the point of all this? You want to do more, and you know it. You say you don't have any hobbies or interests, but that's because you can't survive off of doing what you love. High school feels like so long ago, and the friends you made are gone. There's only a few people in your life who you can keep up with. But your few friends live miles away. Your family is a mess. You're working yourself to the bone for enough money to survive, but you're not doing enough to live. Maybe you can work out, learn languages, or work on a game, but you need to make time for all of that. Just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually, everything will be okay. For now, you're in Meadowshore. You have nothing but the clothes on your back and the change in your pocket. And then you spawn at the beach. Now, it is possible to go up here, which I think some players might do instinctually. But my idea is that if you do decide to go up here, it's kind of like, okay, there's some stuff up here, but nothing right now. Nothing that you can do right now, but hopefully they'll kind of think about it because it's like you haven't really started the game yet when you go up here. The music's still the same. You just have that same sound, and you're behind the building, so you don't really think of it as like the start of the game. So if they do decide to go up, hopefully they'll then come down, enter the game. Something that I really like doing was after you enter this zone, now you started the game, and now if you try to go back, the music is still the same. It still has that town music, right? You don't have that wind blowing anymore. But if you go up here, then the wind blowing comes back. So it really solidifies that this area behind the castle is supposed to be something in the future, something a little bit outside of the regular game. But that's for later. So first thing in the town we've got is this brother and sister who are selling items for you. The boy on the left, he sells medicinal items. The girl on the right, she sells trinkets and accessories like rings and hats and stuff that can help you. I'll just let you guys look at the dialogue. Hello there, I see that you're interested in staying healthy and mindful. Well, you've come to the right place. I hold the greatest collection of herbs and medicines around. No matter the illness, I have the cure. So, what brings you in? Originally, I gave you the option to just go to the shop and then ask them later, but I decided to be a little pushy with the progression of the game, and so there's only one question that you can ask. That's my annoying sister. She's the worst. She thinks that just because mom decided to give her part of the property, that she's entitled to the entire thing. All while she dances around with her fancy trinkets and doodads that do nothing but end up in the ocean. All you need is some good medicine to be mindful. There's no need for shimmering jewels. But anyway, what can I get for you? So, I'll probably add some custom stuff in here later, but he's gonna be like the more medicinal guy, so you get like potions and other things like cure illnesses, for if you ever encounter those when you're fighting. Take care. And then after you talk to him again, he just goes right to the shop. Let's go and talk to her sister. Hey there. Welcome in, my name is Jane. I sell all kinds of trinkets that can give you better protection or make you stronger when you're fighting, all while making you look stylish. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? Who's that over there? Don't even get me started on him. That's my brother Jim. Our parents only had this one building to give us, and they made us promise that we'd share it. So, we split it in half, and now we both do our own business, separately. Even then, he still likes to copy me. I'm the one who wanted to start selling trinkets, but he decided that he could copy me by selling medicine. In this town, who even needs medicine? The only thing you get sick of is how boring this town is. Anyway, just don't even bother with him. It's another spelling error to fix. And then in the middle, you see that it's kind of different on the wall and the floor. And it's not working right now, I need to fix it, but the idea is that both the siblings are in disputes, but they still both respect their mother, which is why there's that picture of her, a little drawer that's supposed to contain some of her stuff. So yeah, a little bit of story, kind of narrative going on with just this one building. You see that everything on either side is very, very similar, but still different, so it's got its own little element. Then we'll come over here to the armory. Welcome to my shop. I've got the finest armor and weapons on this side of Meadowshore. You can just buy stuff from him. I might add some custom stuff in here, but for now, just the regular, stuff. Good luck out there. You can't go into the left, but I'm debating whether I should allow you to actually be able to get an item here, because it kind of feels like stealing, like you're coming into the storage room and stealing. Throughout the game, there's these little papers on the ground. I'm thinking about adding an element where if you select the paper, it'll give you a little bit of kind of out of context words. So for example, maybe you touch this and it's like, hey, I think that you're a really good person. And it'll be like, what? Like the player might think like, what? But it's supposed to be kind of like I was talking about, there's that parallel existence between being in the game and then the real world elements, so. Kind of like you saw at the start of the game, it seemed a little bit strange to start the game like that, but hopefully by the end of the game, things will make sense, so. Now we'll just go and grab this ring. You talk to him again, just gives you stuff. Come down here, go to the end maybe. A little bit of different music. Again, I probably will remove this, but have the grab a stimulant from here. And then another piece of paper that I'll probably add some text for. Let's talk to the kid. Hello there. It's 20 gold for each night, please. No, thank you. That's okay, come back when you want to. Very nice, kid. You notice that you only have 20 gold and nothing in the shops was worth 20 gold, so that's kind of my non-direct game progression idea to get you to actually go to the inn, which is going to help kind of start off the game. Is by making it the only thing that you can buy. That way you've got no other ways to get soft locked or anything. 20 gold for each night, please. Your room will be upstairs on the right. You don't look familiar. Are you new here? I don't get to see new people often. Maybe you should check out the forest sometime. Me and my friend like to go in there and play with swords. But ever since we saw the monster, we haven't gone back. The artifacts disappeared a couple weeks ago, and now more and more people are seeing monsters and other scary things. But if you're brave enough to go into the forest, maybe you can find my sword for me. Talk to him again, he just reminds you to find his sword. Then we come to the little lounge area. I've been here for about a week now. I just can't get enough of the atmosphere. There's not much to do in this town, but I like it that way. It's kinda nice to get away for a while, you know? Sometimes this place doesn't even feel real. Wink wink. I am a maps maker, can't you see? I've got plenty of maps wherever I be. These maps are mine, I made them myself. But for the right price, you can put them on your shelf. So I'll probably give you the ability to buy a little map of Meadowshore. I think it might be interesting. Or I could just make it a gag where you buy the map and then it ends up being like some really poor drawing. Pleasure doing business with you. There's little flavor text areas around here. So, for example, he says, oh, it's summer, it needs a fire, it's already hot enough. That way, it gives you something a little interesting to do, little things to interact with. Most of them aren't going to progress the story at all, but it might give you a little bit of narrative or expand the story a little bit. For example, you go to this bookshelf, It says, a bookshelf with several books on botany, gastronomy, geography, and fishing. You see a book lying on its side titled, Thank You for Staying. Do you want to open it? December 3rd, 1997. I've been going through a lot in life, but I'm happy to finally be leaving this place. I'll have a lot to think about when I go into the next chapter of my life. Blue text is meaningful in this game, so if you see it, it's purposeful. Keep reading. Let's see, that's March 17th, 2005. Thank you for a wonderful stay. I hope to come back soon. Also, hope to come back soon. Also, congratulations on the new kid. Good luck. That's supposed to be the boy at the front. Come up to your room. Knock, knock. This is our room. This is what I was talking about before. He says to himself, is this really where you want to spend the rest of your life? Come here. Collection of books. They're caked in dust and none of the titles seem interesting. You try to go to sleep, maybe. Says you aren't feeling tired, maybe you should go check out more of the town. Of course, we just got here. You try to open the top drawer, but it only opens a little bit. Something is blocking it. You reach in and find the handle of a small, rusty dagger. Go and equip it. Oh, we can also equip that ring we got. Not that it's going to change much. I'm going to change the ring, make it more of a defensive item. But then we go back down here. Maybe go check out more of the town. Park, do you even know where you are? What? That's weird. Go check out the tavern. You don't look like you're from around here. People don't usually think of this little town, but I hope you'll make yourself comfortable here. Here's a beer on the house. The bartender hands you a beer. Oh, I need another spelling error. I'm terrible at that. You don't like the smell, but you appreciate the offer. Take care out there. And now it's an item in your inventory. You can use it for free. It doesn't do much for your health, but you don't even like it. But you don't even like the taste much. I'll probably change that around too. I need to change this too, but my idea is that if you just happen to walk past this guy, I'll talk to you and be like, you don't look familiar to me. Is this the first time I meet a show? Don't worry about it. Not every day we get to see a face around here, so make yourself at home. My name is Randall, and I'm the mayor of this little town. Well, I call myself a mayor, but the truth is I ain't no different than anyone else here. I just do my best to keep the wheels of this town turning, making sure everything is a tip-of-top shape. Anyhow, if you're interested to learn a bit more about this town, come by my place sometime. I live in a wood lodge up north across from the old church building. My wife would appreciate the company. Let me know if you come across anything strange around here. Like I said, I gotta make sure this town is a tip-of-top doodad shape-o. See you around, kid. Now you can just walk past him without giving the dialogue. Small things like that. They start out as an idea, and then after learning how to do it, they become an actual thing in the game. So things like, you know, instead of having to talk to them directly, just walking past them activates the conversation. There's a couple NPCs in here you can talk to that don't do anything, just give you a little bit of flavor text, build the environment a little bit. But now that you've talked to the boy and gone to your room, now you can go up here to the forest, which that's my next thing I'm going to add to the game, is the actual forest area. I also need to add a little place for the mayor. I need to do some more map building there. This building down here is going to be significant later, of course. And then, of course, this is the old church building where the artifact is supposed to be. So I have a little area for that too. A lot of things I need to do. One important thing though was if you come in here later on and try to talk to him. After you've talked to the boy and he's kind of told you about these monsters, now you can talk to him. And hopefully he's someone that you'll come to either after you're at the inn or come back to. You know, maybe you go into the forest to get some stuff, and then you get some gold or something, come back to him, and then he'll give you this new piece of dialogue now that you found out about the monster. Oh, so you want to know about the monster sightings? You think that just because I sell weapons that I know about every creature in Meadow Shore. You looking into that kid's story is a little too much if you ask me, but he is right about one thing. Ever since the artifact disappeared, some strange things have been happening around here. It started out as just bad luck or coincidences. Then things started getting worse. That's when people started to claim that they saw monsters. What do I think it was? Just some wild animals looking a little different in the nighttime. But I tell you what, kid, I got something that might just interest you. Prove to me that you're worthy, and I'll tell you who you can talk to. Now, if you talk to him, it says the same thing. So my idea with him is that um, you're gonna have to go into the woods to fight a boss, and then after you fight the boss, you come back here, probably get the first piece of the artifact, and then you get the boy stick, and then the boy, he's gonna allow you to kind of go into here, which is where your parents will be, and then they might give you some stuff, a little bit of world building there. Also, it kind of just gets you sent to the woods a little bit, to go do something, a little bit of non-direct game progression there, I guess. But that's basically all I've got for the game right now. There's not really much to do right now, but it's been a really fun project working on it. There's a lot of things I'm excited to do. There's some sequences in the game that I'm really excited to work on, but I don't know if I'll be able to completely get it the way I want it to be, by the end of the month, but I'm gonna keep working on it. It's a pretty big project too, so even if I don't finish it by the end of the month, if as long as I have something like pretty good by the end of the month that I can feel proud about, I'll be happy with it. Hopefully, my next video out will be my friends doing a little play test of the game. I think it'd be pretty fun to see how they play. I'll probably record them doing it so I can show you guys. Because I'm really excited for them to play the game and tell me what they think. One of my friends, he plays a lot of other RPG games, so he's gonna be like my expert. But just getting as many eyes on the game to tell me about little spelling errors or mistakes or things they noticed, or even just me watching them play and taking notes as they play on things that I noticed from their experience, could be pretty fun. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm looking forward to finishing this game, getting it out there, and then hopefully next month getting back to working on music, another song or two maybe. That's my goal basically. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Take care.